Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I've been watching Island 2 these past couple weeks, and I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion, but I've been enjoying the season so much. I've been having a lot of fun watching the episodes. They go by very fast, and I'm rooting for like so many of the contestants on the season so far, and I was like very sad about some of the girls that we lost in part 1. So first I want to talk about the eliminations that just happened. I'll talk about the top 12 and then my picks. First is my girl Gyuri. That was so sad. She was honestly one of my dark horse picks. Like, I could see her climbing up higher. I thought she was such a good all-rounder. She literally, ever since Whistle, she has been climbing higher in my list. Like, that's when I really noticed her. I was like, whoa, like, you're really good. I was very nervous when she didn't get picked for part 2 because I didn't know about her voting power. I didn't know she had like the backing to get her into part 2. In the episode, they made her a candidate for like each spot, which is so mean. Like, they literally like teased her. Oh, like, maybe this is you, maybe this is you, maybe this is you, and none of them were her. And she was literally 7th place, so that was just so sad. I really hope a company scouts her because I will be there for that Yui debut. Also, like, her dance performance in the dance unit, like, so good. Like, her and Sarang, yep, they deserve that win. Okay, so next is Jeeon, who is so pretty, so pretty. I just don't think Island was gonna be the show for her to debut. I feel like a lot of people are taking into account about voting for someone with skills, and I think she's a little bit too new to it. So maybe a different show where she could just ride her popularity to the end, but I just don't think she would make it here. But you know, you're so pretty. Maybe we'll see you in the future. Let's talk about who's next. Oh, now we have Ling, who I was so shocked about because I know Ling is like arguably top 2 most popular globally, like maybe even above jeemin. I'm not sure. The fact that she's not even in the top 6 was crazy to me because I thought she would be at least in the top 6. It's just so crazy to me that she ranked 9. Like, she really had no Korean votes to help the ratio. I wonder what's going to happen to her because I feel like any company could see that she has a lot of fans rallying behind her. So like, why wouldn't they want, you know, to like put her in the group? So then that's like a guaranteed fan base rally. So I'll keep an eye out. I feel like she was also very underrated in a sense because I feel like people didn't like that she was so popular. I feel like most of the time when I saw people talking about her, they were like, oh, she doesn't deserve the hype. I'll be keeping an eye on Ling and see what happens with her. Hopefully she debuts, you know, like a year or 2. Now it's Minso, who I always enjoy. I think she has really good skills. Like, she obviously showed her singing skills in the vocal unit. I think she can continue to develop her skills and become even better in the future. Also, so many of these girls are like really young, so like, this is not their last chance. I feel like this is probably like their first chance, and they're gonna have like more opportunities, especially after Island. Like, I feel like now they're more introduced, they have people behind them. So yeah, I feel like if Minso, she just keeps on getting better, maybe some other company will get her and then we'll see her debut. So yeah, now let's talk about the top 12, because besides Yui, and I do like the other girls, but it was really Yui who I really wanted to make it into the top 12. But ultimately, my top 6 picks are still in there, so I'm happy either way. So yeah, let me start with number 12, which is Gyuri, who is such a good vocalist. Honestly, underrated vocalist. I feel like she doesn't really get talked about. I feel like it's usually jungeun or jiyoon who are talked about vocals, or fuko. But honestly, she's like lead vocalist material already. I feel like she can only continue growing and becoming a great vocalist. I don't think she's that popular because she does fit a more killer concept. I don't believe that's what people want from this group, so I don't see her making it to the finale. Depending on how the format is, I could see her getting knocked out. But yeah, she's pretty good. I liked her ever since after like performance. I was like, whoa, you're doing really good. And then her performance in the Twice one was so good. Like, she honestly carried that performance. Sorry, June. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I just don't see her. Also, like, she's not that popular, so she's kind of always gonna be a danger because I don't think she's a producer pick either. So we'll see. Next is Juwon, who's such a good dancer performer. I really like seeing her perform, and I don't think she has that many people that love her. I feel like she's usually like a 3rd pick. Like, she's usually like lower ranking. I don't know about her 1 pick that scares me. But she's also a really competent vocalist. Like I know she's not the strongest, but there's something there like that panorama performance. And I think there was another performance. Oh, Unforgiven. Like she did her thing. So I can see her climb up the ranks if Edna wants to, but I'm also kind of worried about her because I don't love her chances to debut unless like they start pushing her more. But I'm scared for her. When the next one is a favorite of mine, Sujung. One of my girls was in my first top 6 because I really liked her in the premiere, but I did unfortunately have to bump her out. But I still support her because she's a really good all-rounder. She has vocals, she has dance, she's a good performer, she has it all checked off, and she has really solid families. If that's one thing I've noticed, that Sujung does have a lot of fans on Twitter. I feel like I usually see people talking about her, so I can see her making it to the finale and even maybe making it to the top 6 depending on how it goes. But she continues performing well, and I feel like if they actually like highlight her vocal moments later in the show, maybe she could like get even a bigger bump. She's on my top 6 currently, but maybe in the future she will make it back in there. I'm not sure though. Not right now. We'll see. Okay, now I want to talk about Yuju, another girl who used to be my top 6. Her single songs performance is what did it for me because I became a fan after. I was like, wow, you really just carried the Grounder team. You did this all yourself. And I know she messed up in her audition, but besides that, I pretty much liked her audition too. I think she's a very solid performer too. She's solid in most areas, honestly. Maybe just improving her vocals a little bit, but I think she wants to be a rapper either way. But I think she would still be able to deliver like her lines if she has to do vocally anything like that. I don't know if she can make it back into my top 6, but I think she makes it far. I think she's very popular. I know a lot of people want to see her debut because she's been on 2 prior shows, and this is her 3rd chance, and she's so young too. Like she's been working really hard at a young age. So yeah, I don't think this would be her last chance if she doesn't make it. I feel like this is only gonna skyrocket her popularity. Literally, I don't think any of these girls, maybe besides Fuko, if she doesn't debut, because you know Fuko is parentheses old, but I don't think so. As for Yuju, I feel like I'm saying this for so many of the girls, but I'll be seeing what happens. Like I feel like her, Sujung, and one other person that I'm gonna talk about later are probably the ones who might sneak their way back into my top 6, but I don't know. It's because it's just so hard to choose. I think they should just make it a bigger group. Ooh, this one might make y'all know, man. I mean, let's talk about Koko. Koko is not in my top 6. She's not even like a runner up for me, honestly. She hasn't really done anything for me besides her performance in the dance unit. I feel like I really don't have that much thoughts about her. She usually gets small parts in the other performances, like she gets a small little vocal part. Besides the I Will Always Love You Forever, that's like the first time she actually got like a good chunk of lines. But besides that, I haven't really been invested in her. She's obviously a really good dancer and performer, but I just don't have that much space in my top 6 to be playing everyone. But she's really popular. She's like 2nd place out of these girls, and I feel like the other girls that did make it to the part 2, they don't really have as large fan base as Koko, but we'll see. I think Koko is one of the girls who can actually make her way to the final 6 with just her votes. And honestly, I would not be mad if she made it because I think she would add a lot to the team. Now I get to talk about one of my girls who's in my top 6, which is Jeemin, who I really like. First of all, I did not watch Are You Next. I did skip that show because I just didn't have time, but I remember seeing that audition that she did with Yuna and is it Minju? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Minju, the bad girl, good girl. I was like, wait, oh my gosh, like maybe I should watch the show, but I didn't. But those girls were honestly so good, and like 2 out of 3 debuted, obviously. So I was surprised that one of them didn't debut because I remember seeing that performance everywhere. Like that performance was like the viral one from that show. I feel like that's like the only one I would really see on Twitter. But now we have her here, and ever since Strong, she's honestly ready to debut. She's basically here to see who's gonna debut with her because she's the most popular contestant, and I don't see how Mnet doesn't choose her to be in the final lineup. Why would you not want Jimin, who's like one of the most popular trainees, just in general, like not even Island? Like she has so much hype around her. They would be dumb to miss out on that. She has everything you want in an idol, and I can see her being the center. So let's debut this time, Jimin. I'm rooting for you. Okay, now we can talk about the part 6 that we're already locked in, starting with Fuko. I think Fuko has been my top 6 since the premiere because I remember loving her after like performance, and she's only continued to grow on me since. I really like her vocals. So when I like how you sing, you're already gonna be higher up on my list. But she's so charismatic on stage too. Also, Fuko's like Jeemin, who is ready to debut. I think she has a good fan base to get in the final 6. Also, I do think Mnet does like her. I think Mnet would want her in the group. So depending on the lineups decided, I can see them putting her in as a producer pick because she's very good in all aspects. And I could see her being the leader too. So let's say debut this time Fuko, because I can't believe she was on Girls Planet 2 but didn't make it. I'm so surprised. Maybe she wasn't as developed as she is now, but like now she's so good. I rooting for her 100%. Now I could talk about Jungeun, who was another early favorite of mine, because come on now, how did you watch that drama performance and did not get hooked? She's arguably the best vocalist on the show, and ever since Panorama, that just settled for me. Like, I locked her in my top 6 100%. Like, hello, the main vocalist of Girls Base 1. The only thing I'm worried about for her is I heard that she's not super good in Korea, and having Korean votes is so important because the ratio will work against you, like how we saw it work against Ling. So I just hope she continues to rise over there so she could debut. But yeah, another one of my top 6 girls. Let's debut Jungeun. Okay, I feel like I'm just talking about my ideal vocal lineup of the team, because now I'm gonna talk about Jiyoon. Like, you know, Fuko, Jungeun, and June, they're basically like the vocal line of the show and also my top 6. But Jiyoon was not on my radar in the beginning, honestly. And the drama performance, I feel like she wasn't really a standout to me, but honestly, she's been the main character of part 1 of Island, because she's gotten a whole character arc, which I really enjoyed, because the edit has worked on me ever since that moment where she got voted out of Island. She shot up my rankings, because I remember her like laughing and smirking, and she was like not accepting hugs from the people who were voting her out. She was not gonna be acting on nice. Like, sorry, she's just so real for that. I was loving her, for being honest. Like, she was like, I remember her laughing and then me laughing, literally watching it from my bed. I was like, oh, I like you so much, Radley, because she was really like, no, I'ma go. And then she's like, I'ma come back. And guess what happened? She ended up coming back. So yeah, love June. And honestly, she's like me. Like, I don't know if I would want to be like hugging everyone that just voted me out and acting all nice. Like, y'all just voted me out of my house. Like, no, don't hug me. Don't try to cheer me up. No, I'ma go. And she had the whole like Gua situation, which I see both sides, because she got acted like a little cuter, like, you know, just fit more into the concept. But she's a complex female character. Y'all just don't get her like I do. And then we saw her rising from the ashes in the vocal unit performance, which is honestly her best so far, and this made me lock her into my top 6. How do you not want her in the final group? Also, the fake rivalry with Jungeun just makes me laugh, honestly. I just find it so funny because it's obviously not real. I know this is like just, you know, Mnet editing, but I'm still enjoying it. Like, I just think it's so funny because we obviously know like there's no beef. They're literally friends. You could literally see videos of them post filming that they're literally like with each other. Like, it's not that serious, but the show's entertaining and fun. I just don't take it so seriously. I know that she's only gotten more popular, but it's still divisive because people either like her or don't like her. So depending on how the show plays out or not, she might be my one pick if I have to ensure her safety. So let's debut this time June. I'm excited to talk about this next girl because she's been a favorite of mine since she was in my top 6 from the premiere, but then I took her out and now she's back in, and it's Sarang. I really like her vocals, which is a big plus for me, but plus she's also a good performer and dancer. Like, don't forget that dance unit performance with you, and that was like crazy. I think she would complement my other top 6 vocals really well, and she's super pretty too. I hope she gets more attention in part 2 because she's not super popular with the general audience, so I hope she gets a better edit to push her higher, because I will be voting for her as my one pick just to secure her debut, because I'm scared for her or Jiyoon. So depending on how that goes, I feel like they're gonna be my one pick just to make sure. I think my other picks are more safe, but yeah, so let's debut Sarang. Oh, another one that might make y'all mad because she's not in my top 6, which is she honestly just doesn't do anything for me, you guys. I'm sorry. Like, I get the vision for you guys. I'm so happy you guys like her and are rooting for her, but I just don't see her making it to my top 6. She's mostly just there for me in performances, but she's really popular, and it seems like Emily likes her too. I think if they were to push a Japanese girl, it might be her, Fuko, and she's mostly just there for me in the performance. She doesn't really get that much. Her storyline in the creative unit was really passionate. I feel like she really wants to become an idol, so I wouldn't mind her making it to the lineup, but she's just not in my ideal lineup. But we'll see what happens with my last but not least is Saebi, who I can see being the center of the group. Either her or Jimin, in my opinion. I remember her in the Sweet Venom performance. I was like, oh, okay, I'm keeping an eye on you. And it was per Panorama that really just made me a fan. Honestly, the spirit of Wongjung possessed her because she did so good. She really knows how to sell performance, and she has that star factor like that Iker aura, you could say, that could become so popular. She debuts. I like her vocals. She's a good idol dancer and one of the best performers on the show. And it's becoming more and more popular. And Emma likes her too, so I hope she really makes it to the final lineup. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Island 2, and my lineup in no particular order is currently Fuko, jungeun, jeemin, saebi, sarang, and jiyoon. Honestly, when I'm looking at my lineup, it's so good. Like, so much talent. Everyone here can hold a note. Like, this kind of vocal group. Like, I want to see their encores already. I feel like this would be so good. Main vocal jungeun, lead vocals jiyoon, fuko, and everyone else can be a sub vocalist. Even a lead vocalist, some of them. And then jeemin or saebi would probably be the center. Ideally, I feel like they have the most stage presence when it comes to that, and everyone delivers in vocals, dance, performance. I don't care about rappers, to be honest. I don't need that in my group, and I think Jimin or Sarang can fill that role if they really want to. So yeah, I look forward to what part 2 is going to be about. I hope my top 6 make the finale and then make the final lineup. But yeah, what do you guys think about the season so far? Who are your favorites? Who's your top 6? Are you sad about the eliminations like I am with Gyuri? Leave anything down below, and I'll comment down below too. I don't know if I'm gonna do weekly videos because there's just not enough content to do that. Maybe once every 2 weeks, but we'll see if there's eliminations all along the way. So yeah, that's enough for me. See ya.